The story begins with an old Russian legend. A warning to people, do not walk by the lake at night. They said a mermaid would lure you in. If you shared your love for her, she would disorient you and drag you to the bottom of the lake. If you tried to resist her charms, you would not be forgiven. She would separate you from the one you love. She would torture you, appearing every night until your last day. The only salvation was to give her what you held most precious. But the drowned woman never forgave anyone. Because after they lose their love, they perish. We see a tormented man, begging an unseen force. He pleads, "Take me, I beg you." He sees a figure approaching from the water. She reaches for him, her hand emerging from the darkness. The scene shifts to a swimming pool. We meet Roma, a competitive swimmer. He is with his fiancée, Marina, who is learning to swim. Marina is afraid of the water. Roma encourages her, "Trust the water, I'll guide you." She is hesitant, but he asks her to trust him instead. Their lesson is interrupted by Roma's friend, Ilya. Ilya jokes that he needs to borrow Roma for a bachelor party. Marina warns that such parties can lead to cancelled weddings. Ilya then challenges Roma to a race. Confident, Roma accepts and tells Marina he'll be right back. Alone, Marina decides to try again. She whispers, "I'll try to trust the water." She lets go of the edge and immediately begins to sink. Panic sets in as she struggles for air. Roma returns just in time to see her go under. He pulls her out, comforting her as she gasps for breath. Later, at their apartment, the mood is tense. Marina is still angry about the incident at the pool. "I can't swim. You promised you'd stay close." Roma tries to downplay it, but she remains shaken. Roma's sister, Olga, arrives and tries to lighten the mood. She asks where Roma is, and Marina tells her he's at the country house. It's an old house their father gave them as a wedding gift. Marina finds this strange, as they haven't seen him in 20 years. They arrive at the dilapidated, forgotten house. Marina asks about the nearby lake, and Roma's mood darkens. He reveals, "My mother drowned there." He explains his father went mad after her death and they never saw him again. They enter the dark and dusty house. Ilya is already there, exploring the flooded basement. Suddenly, Roma's friends jump out, revealing the surprise bachelor party. Roma is not in the mood to celebrate. Meanwhile, Olga tells Marina about an old ritual with mirrors to see one's soulmate. She also mentions a belief in the power held within a person's hair. At the party, his friends toast to his last days of freedom. Feeling overwhelmed, Roma leaves the party to get some air. He walks towards the ominous, dark lake. He stands at the edge of the water, then decides to go for a swim. As he swims, he sees a mysterious figure in the water. A young woman with long, dark hair emerges. She swims towards him, her gaze captivating. He is completely mesmerized by her. Under her spell, he leans in and kisses her. As they kiss, she whispers, "Do you love me?" The moment is broken when Ilya calls out for Roma. Disoriented, Roma asks where the girl went. Ilya is confused, insisting there was no one else there. The next day, Roma's swimming coach is furious with his poor performance. Roma claims he just didn't sleep well, hiding the true reason. Back home, Roma is clearly unwell and on edge. The haunting begins. He sees the girl from the lake everywhere. Her reflection appears in the television screen. She appears in his bathtub, pulling him underwater. Marina finds him in the bathroom, terrified and struggling. As he sleeps with a high fever, he mutters deliriously, "I don't love you. I don't love you." Olga visits and finds Marina deeply worried about Roma's strange behavior. Marina wonders if he has met someone else. While cleaning, Olga finds a strange clump of long, wet hair. That night, Roma has a terrifying nightmare. He wakes up screaming, and Marina rushes to comfort him. At his swimming competition, Roma is visibly distressed. As he prepares to dive, the mermaid appears in the water below. She asks him again, "Do you love me?" He collapses in terror, screaming for help. At the hospital, Roma finally confesses everything. He tells them about the girl at the lake. He admits, "We kissed, and I couldn't breathe." He apologizes to Marina, saying it was impossible to control himself. Heartbroken, Marina leaves the room. Alone, Roma is attacked by the mermaid. She whispers that Marina doesn't want him anymore. She tries to drown him in his hospital bed. Desperate, Olga and Marina take Roma to see their estranged father. Olga confronts him, "Why did you give Roma the house?" She tells him that Roma has seen the girl from the lake. The father is terrified, claiming it's impossible. He reveals his own haunting story from 20 years ago. their mother found a way to get rid of the entity. She tried a ritual, calling the mermaid by her name, but it failed. The mermaid took their mother instead. He gives them a clue: their mother found something under the old dock. They decide to return to the lake to find out what she did. Back at the lake, Marina, despite her fear, is determined to help. She tells Roma, "We'll get through this together." Ilya shows them where he found Roma that night. Marina prepares to dive into the dark water. She swims down towards the old, rotting dock. Underneath, she finds a submerged chest. Inside is a mirror with a name inscribed, Lisa Grigorieva. They realize this is the mermaid's name and recall an old chant. "Take what is yours and return my beloved." They discover Lisa was a suicide victim, buried near the lake. Marina decides she must perform the ritual her mother-in-law once attempted. She goes to the bathroom alone to begin. She lights candles and begins the chant, calling Lisa's name. Outside, Olga recalls a disturbing childhood dream. In it, her mother whispered, "I will take the one who loves me from this house." The mermaid appears to Marina in the mirror, asking, "Do you love me?" Simultaneously, she appears to Roma, forcing him to choose. He declares his love for Marina, enraging the mermaid. Tormented by visions of both, Roma screams his choice for Marina. The ritual seems to work. The mermaid takes her comb and vanishes. Believing they are safe, they prepare to leave. But they realize Ilya is missing. He was taken by the mermaid. She appears to Roma and vows, "I will take everyone you love." They realize she doesn't want the comb. Roma understands her true desire: she wants me. He walks to the lake to sacrifice himself, but Olga stops him. She believes it must be a life for a life. Olga ties Marina to a post, intending to sacrifice her for Roma. Their father arrives and stops her, explaining the mermaid feeds on love, not forced sacrifice. He apologizes to his children for his weakness. He walks to the lake, calling out to the mermaid. He offers himself, declaring, "I still love you." She appears from the depths and takes him. As he's pulled under, he shouts the final clue: her power is in her hair. Marina understands, "We have to cut her hair." The mermaid emerges to claim Roma. As she leans in to kiss him, Marina attacks from behind with shears. She grabs the mermaid's long hair and cuts it off. The mermaid shrieks in agony and dissolves into mud. The curse is broken, but Roma is unconscious in the water. Marina pulls him to the shore. She desperately performs CPR, pleading for him to wake up. Roma coughs up water and awakens. They are finally safe, having survived the nightmare together. If you want a recap of your favorite movies and shows, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ones. See you next time, everyone.